Hey beautiful people, jumping in a little bit later with my live video on Fridays. Had a beautiful morning just connecting with some people and doing some coaching things, so that was fabulous. But I really was drawn to talk about this today simply because of a little bit of inner reflection as well for myself of how this has actually been playing out. Now, self-love will absolutely every single time impact your physical energy. So if you've been feeling a bit tired, if you've been feeling lethargic, not feeling great within yourself, or perhaps you felt like you've had to push yourself to get to the gym or to do that exercise, this will be really, really important for you. Of course, self-love impacts so much of our life. Self-love determines who we actually surround ourselves with, who we attract into our life, the opportunities that we attract into our life, what we're willing to accept in our life or not accept in our life, having really clear, healthy boundaries, the amount of income that we allow ourselves to receive. It just impacts so much in our life. So it's a super important topic. Hey Christine, great to have you on. Hey Jackie, lovely to have you guys on here. So self-love is absolutely imperative for a life of joy, happiness, great connection, great relationships. Because of course, if you are feeling a little bit low in your self-esteem or your self-love, you will be looking for others to fill that hole for you, or looking for something to fill that hole. Now this can kind of play out in emotional eating. This can play out in other addictions where we're feeling this void, we're feeling this emptiness inside, or you become particularly needy or codependent in relationships. Now, I have done all of the above. I haven't really gone into, any gambling addictions or anything like that, but certainly emotional eating was a huge thing for me, as well as the codependent behaviors. Now, I've been codependent on both sides, so not fun on either side, I can promise you. Hey, Michelle, great to have you on as well. So really important in terms of getting clear around your own levels of self-love. Now, where this becomes absolutely imperative in terms of physical energy, I'm going to explain this to you in a way that really makes a lot of sense. And I was chatting with one of my beautiful friends that I've known since I was probably about 20. We met, so we've been friends for over 20 years, and she's a nurse as well. And she really, we were just chatting about kinesiology and how that kind of impacts the, and she still finds muscle testing a little bit strange. So if you've ever had kinesiology, it is the biofeedback system. Basically, it's letting you know how much power that is flowing to, or energy is flowing to each of your muscles, which relate back to the Chinese meridians. Now, I won't go too much into that, but we are electrical beings, and that might sound a little bit strange because you might be checking inside going, well, I don't have any wires, I'm not like a robot. You have an electrical impulse that keeps your heart beating. That is an ECG. We get our heart read through an electrocardiograph. So that is an electrical impulse. All of your cells communicate through electrical impulses in the body. So you are an electrical being. So to understand how this actually works, when your heart energy, when you are loving either yourself or somebody else around you, or you're appreciating life, or you're in a sense of gratitude, your heart is more open. Your heart energy is way more open. With that, you're sending out stronger and stronger electrical impulses. That's why it feels good when you're around people that are more loving, because they're actually adding energy. Whereas when we're below the energy of courage, and so like in an emotional aspect, like if we're in frustration or anger or jealousy or resentment or shame, any of those emotions are way below courage in terms of vibrational aspect, and will actually detract energy. So we'll be looking to draw forth power from others. You'll feel apathetic in your body. You will not feel like getting off the couch. If you've ever been in a powerless state or felt a state of despair, or perhaps intense grief, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Our physical energy feels so low in those moments, simply because we've cut off how we actually generate energy within the body through those electrical impulses and through the emotions that we're actually experiencing. Now, kinesiology muscle test this, or uses muscle testing as a way of actually understanding where your energy is actually radiating at any given time, and what organs that this is actually impacting within the body. So this is where if say somebody was going to do a muscle test, and normally like an arm muscle test, where a light pressure is applied and either the arm locks like this or the arm dips slightly. Now why that actually happens is the power, the circuit is actually either running and fully connected, or there's something that's interrupting the power getting to the muscles. Now, if you don't believe me, think about a time when you've gone to the gym and you've been in your head and you've been beating up on yourself or telling yourself that you're no good or not good enough or any of those things, and see how much weight that you can lift. Go to the gym on a day where you feel amazing, you feel inspired, or you feel excited, or you feel passionate, or you feel really proud of yourself or confident in yourself, and see how much weight that you're able to lift on that day. Just the same as running, you'll notice that you can go further and farther and have better energy in your body when you are feeling good about yourself. So just on a really simple aspect, without diving too much into how our energy impacts and what our thoughts are doing in terms of impacting our feelings and our physical energy, there's that in just such a simple way where it's like a power circuit. So when you can understand that, those electrical impulses are getting sent and electrical signals are getting sent from obviously from the heart initially to the brain, and then from the brain, I want to move my arm, or I want the energy flow or the electrical flow will be interrupted if you are low in certain nutrition. So obviously the chemical or the biochemical process, the enzyme process, can't communicate effectively. Now, my mind was blown away the other day when I was just listening to a wonderful health talk by a functional doctor, and he was saying that there is over 27 billion chemical processes happening in our body in any given second. Just think about the complexity of that. So if you're not getting the right enzymes, if you're not eating the right nutrition, or worse still, your body is running in that fight-flight state, therefore your digestion is inhibited to some degree, therefore your absorption of your nutrients isn't happening, you can understand how breakdown of the body happens very, very quickly as well. And so that's where really taking amazing care of our body, hey Em, great to have you on, really taking amazing care of our body through self-love is one of the key aspects around this. And of course, self-love, when you're really tapped in to self-love, when you're feeling great about yourself, again, that heart energy is going to be expanded, and you will find that naturally your body is in a much more coherent state. So we're much more inclined to take better care of our body, just feeling naturally better within yourself. Now I'm going to be talking about all of this plus loads more in my event next Thursday, on Thursday the 30th. It's going to be a really powerful event where we're going to play, like really, I'm going to get you guys playing. I'm going to teach you some muscle testing techniques so that you can actually get a real feel for what foods are really supportive for your body. We're going to have lots of different foods there that you can play with, really get a great understanding. If you've ever been confused through diets, through nutrition, through what to eat, what not to eat, how to exercise, whether you need high cardiovascular or whether you need strength training or any of those things to really support your health and your physical energy, you will not want to miss this workshop. It's going to be super powerful and have you get really clear on what your health goals are. I have a long-term vision which truly supports me in my health and well-being. It might sound funny to say, but I have a long-term vision around being an amazing nana that can ride a unicycle. I've still yet to tame it. I do own one. I've got close a couple of times, but I still need to do that consistently. I want to be able to do the splits. I want to be able to do a headstand. Like, I'm so clear I'm building a strong foundation of health before I hit menopause, because after that as well, like in terms of making sure that I've got really good metabolism, really great muscle tone. All of those things are pillars of health as well that we really want to be looking at. Of course, flexibility, keeping supple in our body. The degree that you are flexible in your physical body is also representative of your arterial flexibility, which of course goes back to your arterial health and your cardiovascular health. If your pulse is lower than 80, then you are doing a lot to protect your heart and cardiovascular health. If your resting pulse is above 80, it can be an indicator of kind of where you're heading towards potential issues with heart and cardiovascular system. So there's so many different things that we're going to be talking about. We're going to talk about loads of different measures and markers of how to actually, you know, it's not just about standing on the scales and going, yeah, I'm a good BMI. You know, people that are extreme athletes and have built a huge amount of muscle mass can show up as obese through a BMI system. Or you might be kind of skinny fat, and I don't mean that in an offensive way or anything else. It could be that, yes, you've got, you're very low in body weight, but you've actually got no muscle tone, and so that's not going to be supportive for strong bones, strong health, that strong foundation and pillar of health as well. So all of this is super, super important as well. Hey Danielle, hey Paul, lovely to have you guys on. So checking in around this, and I'll pop the link below for the workshop. If this is something that really you resonate with, or you're excited to find out more about, or perhaps you have a young family, or you know, a family that you just love and want to take care of, and get really clear on what are those key factors that produce health and vitality in the body, have your physical energy feeling better. We're going to talk about emotional aspects that really, I guess, make a huge impact, obviously, to the physical energy. My dad cracks me up completely because as a kinesiologist, he used to say, oh, she's somebody that you go to when other people kind of can't figure out, or Western medicine kind of can't figure out what's going on. Because at a deeper level, I can promise you, if you've had ongoing health issues, you're a whole being. You are not just a body part that might be malfunctioning or appears to be malfunctioning. And so we want to look at all of those things. Obviously, cancer is a huge thing in today's society. We don't diagnose or anything else. I'm just going to be giving you some ideas of some things that you could look into, or things that could potentially resonate for you to help find the answers that you're looking for. Our bodies are so clever. They know exactly what they need. We just need to take some time out to actually tune in and listen to them, and listen to our body's wisdom, because quite often they're trying to deliver a deeper message for us, whether that's take time out to rest, to play more, to have more fun, to love more, to open our heart more. All of those things are really, really, really important messages, and we'll be talking about all of that at the workshop as well. So if this resonates for you, please like, love, or share it with somebody that you know that this could also help impact their health and their well-being. And I'll pop the link below, and can't wait to see you at the workshop next Thursday in Wagga at the Oak Room. So looking forward to seeing you all there. Have a great day. Bye.